But I suppose we should probably check the levels on the audio.
Yeah, huh?
NanaBOOZHOO, can you give me a check 1, 2?
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
All right. And, Michael, how about, can you give me a check 1, 2, dear?
Check, check, check. Check 1, 2. Check, check.
All right. And, Natasha,
Yeah.
if you wouldn't mind, can I get a check 1, 2 from your microphone?
Check 1, 2 for my microphone.
All right, then. Okay, I think we're good to go. Would you like me to announce the show, Michael?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. Here's some music.
BOOZHOO! And welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. My name is Emily. Over here we have the rock star cartoonist, Michael Lyons. Ikadon BOOZHOO, Michael Lyons, say hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show.
And over here we have the very lovely and the very talented Natasha. Say hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
And of course, finally, the host of the show, Mr. NanaBOOZHOO. Take it away.
Oh, thank you so much, Emily. And BOOZHOO. BOOZHOO Gakina Awia. Hello, everybody. And BOOZHOO Niwi ni Mushanes. Hello, my sweetheart. Well, BOOZHOO NanaBOOZHOO. What's going on, Michael? Not much. Hey, John's here, sweetie. Well, BOOZHOO, John. How you doing, John? Mino GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. Oh, that's some really good coffee, sweetie. That's the black medicine water. That's the Mukade Mushkiki Wabu. And today's Ojibwe Word of the Day is brought to you. Today's phrase of the day, Mindy Moya Redbird. Oh, is Mindy Moya here? Yep. Mino GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. Good morning, Mindy Moya. And we Wisanee's back too, sweetie. No way! BOOZHOO, Nietzsche! BOOZHOO, Wisane. Yeah. Saturday morning. Well, we're missing Saturday morning cartoons. Oh no, we better get in front of the TV because it's 1978. Yeah. If it were 1978, I'd be sitting in front of the TV watching Bugs Bunny or something. Yep, Saturday morning cartoons. I'd be watching Land of the Lost. Land of the Lost. That was a good show. Remember Land of the Lost, you guys? Today's Ojibwe word of the day is, of course, sweetie. What is this? Good evening? Why do we still have that? I don't know. It's been there for a while. Mino Onagoshin. Good evening, everyone. It's got to be evening somewhere. It's evening somewhere. No, but today is Gazibigi Saginagay. Geese are good. It is floor washing day, sweetie. It's the day to wash the floors. Yep, if you're all traditional in that, today is the day you pull out the vacuum cleaner. Although, to tell you the truth, I think yesterday was our floor washing day. Yeah, we got this place cleaned up pretty nicely. Yeah, I know. Yesterday we vacuumed everything and did the dishes, and I don't know, it was a very productive day with housework. I think it's because it was rainy all day and we didn't want to go outside. Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to leave the house, so I just ended up cleaning. But Gazibigi, Saginagay, Geese are good is the Ojibwe way of that. This is what we call Saturday, floor washing day. And which brings me to our very important topic of discussion today. What's that? The GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. The Whiteys. Whiteys? Yeah. For today's Ojibwe cultural, historical, whatever talk, I would like to go back in time Back in the days of the grandfathers, sweetie. Oh, okay. Is it story time? It sure is. Back in the days of the grandfathers, when the so-called white people came, we did not judge them based on the color of their skin. That was not our way, sweetie. We were racists? Well, we were totally racists. I'll get into that in a minute. Okay. Indians were the first racists, and I'll explain in a minute. But when the Chimooks showed up, they had these long knives. And you got to remember, as like, they showed up. That was like advanced technology to the Ojibwe. I mean, we were like living in the Bronze Age at that time. We didn't have steel swords. So like the first, I don't know who they were. The conquistadors or the British or Spanish. I don't know. But they showed up with swords. And so the Anishinaabe were like, oh, wow, look at that guy's knife. That's a great knife. Wow. GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. A mookaman is a knife. A gichi means great. Like GICHI-MOOKOMAAN is the great spirit. GICHI-MOOKOMAAN is a great knife. Our term for white people has nothing to do with their skin. It has to do with our respect for their knives. We call them the great knives. And you can just imagine what that first Ojibwe was like. It's like, oh, wow, look at that knife. That's a great knife. I'm going to call you the great knives. I don't even want to show you what I've been using for a knife. Yeah, what did we use? Like bone. Like I've been using a fish bone to clean my fish. Imagine the kind of fish filleting we could do with a great knife like that. So we called him the great knife. Now, Ojiberish is also an expression that we never used for white person. Wabishki means white, the color white. But it's not like anybody looks at a European and goes, oh, look, a white person. That's just I think white's an invention. If I saw a truly white person, I'd be like, oh, here comes Powder. From that old movie? Yeah. Here comes that weird albino who could bend spoons or something. I don't remember or had laser fingers. I forget what his problem was. But Europeans are not white any more than we're red. It was just kind of this weird designation. But if you look it up, a white person, technically, would be Ojiberish. Ojiberish. Yep. Wabishki is a white. What Ojiberish. And, here comes Wigglebutt Farm, sweetie. Oh, BOOZHOO, Wigglebutt. Gigajabe, Wigglebutt. Why don't you sit down and have some coffee with us? We're just talking about white people. Why is it okay to have a conversation about whites when if I said, oh, we were just talking about the blacks. Sit down. We're going to have a discussion about Jews. Yeah, no kidding. But actually, every day we talk about Indians. Yeah, because Indians are the first racists. Yeah, why do you say that? Why do you want to explain that? Okay. So these are some words for white people. But the reason I say Indians were the first racists is that the first time the term racist was ever used was when the white government, whatever, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, whatever, they in official documents, the first time they used the term racist was referring to Anishinaabe people who didn't want to send their kids to boarding school. They said there was a certain kind of Indian person who wanted to live the old way. They wanted to live in the olden days. They wanted to live They were the Indian racists, they called them.
Oh, really?
Yep. You were considered a racist if you wanted to speak Ojibwe, not, go move into a city, get a job, cut your hair, go to boarding school, speak English. The original racists in this country were the old grandmas who were like, "Nah, you're gonna stay home with me. I'm not sending you to boarding school. I'm gonna teach you the old ways." Oh, that's fascinating. Yeah, I thought so. So, anybody calls you a racist, Shanabs, you go, yeah, well, my grandma was traditional. Which brings me to the words. Anishinaabe. Anishinaabe is, the term we use for like Indians, Native Americans, First Nation people, indigenous, skins. What's another term for us? What else do we call ourselves?
Ojibwe.
Oh, yeah, or Ojibwe. Thank you for bringing that up. Ojibwe. There's been a lot of talk about what does Ojibwe mean. They're the people of the puckered toe. I've heard that one. Because of how we made our moccasins. And I've also heard how it has something to do with Jibe. Jibe is a spirit. We are the spirit walkers.
Yeah.
But the word Ojibwe, when you use O, that's like a third person pronoun. That's like they, them. Yeah, when you're talking about a group of people, them guys, you use O. And then the word Ojibwe means before. I think Ojibwe means they, them before. The people from before. Those guys before. Meaning before, the lifestyle, the language, before English, and before all that. Because I don't know if Anishinaabe actually used the term Ojibwe when referring. We called the language Ojibwe-Moan, but we also called it Anishinaabe-Moan, Indian language. I think Ojibwe means the before peoples. The olden daysers. Yeah. Bunch of racists.
Hey, Resme T is here.
Oh, BOOZHOO, Doc. What's going on? Mino Gigajabe. Good morning. Doc's here. We can have an honor song. This drum doesn't sound very good. Wait-oh.
I noticed that myself the other day.
Wait-oh, hey-away. Hoka, hey, Ojibwe. Ojibwa. The people before. The olden daysers. And finally, truth. Debwewin. Sweetie?
Yeah?
Did you know that truth was represented by Misquadisi?
The turtle?
Yep. BOOZHOO, kids. This is Misquadisi. A snapping turtle is like a Mikanak. We also call turtles Mishike. Like Turtle Island is Mishike, Minase. That's what we call the continent. But painted turtle, Misquadesi. He represents truth. Why do you think he represents truth, sweetie?
Because he never lies.
He never lies. How many licks does it take to get to the chewy center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? You got to go to the turtle. And then he just says, I don't know, go ask the owl.
Yeah, what is that?
You kids have no idea I'm talking about. Back in the days of the grandfathers, Saturday mornings was cartoon time. They would have a commercial. This little kid, he's got one of these suckers. He's a sucker himself, actually. But he's wondering, in the old days, it was called a Tootsie Pop. And it had this gross candy, I guess it was like a sucker, it was a candy shell of hard sugar candy. But when you got done ingesting all that, then there was like caramel on the inside or gum or something you could chew. What a disgusting candy when you think about it. Yeah, from like the old days. It's on a stick. Yeah. And they put it on a stick and wrap it in paper. But anyway, so back in the days of the grandfathers, kids used to, think of that as candy. And so this little kid's like, hey, I wonder, how many licks would it take to get to the chewy center of a Tootsie Pop? And they go, well, why don't you go ask the turtle? He's old. He's wise. Everyone knows. And he'll tell you the truth. And he goes, the turtle, he goes, how many? And he goes, well, let's go ask the owl. Goku, ooh, that was yesterday's word of the day. Yeah. They go up to the Goku, ooh. And they say, hey, BOOZHOO, Goku, ooh. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a candy Tootsie Pop here? And he goes, well, I'll tell you. And he grabs it and he goes, 1, licks it. 2, licks it. 3, licks it. And then he just bites in and eats it and throws it out. He goes, it takes 3, okay? Huh? Any other questions, little brat? I know. Why was I so cruel? Yeah, he just basically stole the candy, bullied a kid, traumatized him never to trust owls. And the moral of the story is, don't eat Tootsie Pops, I guess. Debuewin, truth. I'm all about truth, sweetie. Yeah, you are. You're a truther. Uh-huh. Do you want to take a call? You mean like a telephone call? Yeah. We got someone on line 2. Line 2, eh? It's a white person. Oh, perfect. That's the theme for today. BOOZHOO, GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. Welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Yes, hello there, NANABOOZHOO. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, as they say, I suppose.
Hey, Prince Harry. Sweetie, it's the Prince of Essex. Is he really still called Prince? Oh, I forgot. Are you still Prince Harry? Or did you get that title stripped from you?
You can just call me Harry, I guess. Ever since I started bad-mouthing my family and I married that woman, I fear I may have alienated my family just a bit, as it were.
Yeah. What's going on there?
Well, they're going to strip me of my title as Prince. I can no longer be referred to as His Royal Highness, or HRH, as it were.
Oh, wow, that's... who cares?
No, it's a tragedy. It's disgusting, isn't it? I'm the prince of whatever, and I deserve to be regarded as such. Just because I'm writing a tell-all book and my wife killed the queen, I dare say they're overreacting.
Okay. What can I do for you?
Well, I wonder if I might learn the Ojibwe word. You were talking about white people, is that right?
Yeah, we were talking about the long knives. Here, wait. Hold on. Here we go. GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. It's called a great knife.
GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. And I referred to the British, as it were. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Or else we could also call you a Ojibwe Word.
Ojibwe Word. I dare say, Nanaboozhoo, I'm not sure what to make of all this rubbish that's been going around. I wanted to get away from it all. I wanted to move to America where I could avoid the spotlight. I just want to live a normal life.
Then why do you call up on live streams and keep reminding the world of your problems?
Well, because, I don't know, my wife, she loves the spotlight, so would you like to say hello to her?
To your wife?
Yes, the Princess Meghan Markle, as it were.
Well, is she really a princess?
No, I guess not. I'm afraid they don't like her, do they?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, put her on the line.
Say, darling, would you like to be on the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast? Yeah, I'm in my division. Hey, it's me. It's Meghan Markle. Hi, NANABOOZHOO. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO.
Hello, Megan. How are you? Welcome back to the show. It's been a while.
Oh, yeah. I was in England. I went to a funeral. Oh, so sad. Everybody was crying, and I wore a black dress, and I cried too. 'Cause the Queen was like my grandma.
She was like your grandma?
Yeah, she was like my big, rich, racist grandma.
She was like your big, rich, racist grandma. Well, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm sure that you must be grieving,
Yeah, and now everyone's mad at me. I don't know why.
Well, maybe because you're going on a podcast talking about how horrible that family is.
Yeah, just because I talk about how much I hate them. Now they don't want me in their family. It's not fair. I just want to be a princess.
Yeah, I know you do. So what else is going on in your life?
Well, I'm just, cleaning the house. It's Saturday, and on Saturdays, I like to wash the floors.
Hey, that's our word for Saturday.
No way!
Yep. In Ojibwe, we call Saturdays floor washing day. Gizibigi, saginagay, geesh good.
Gizibigi, saginagay, geesh good. That's so interesting, because that's what I do on Saturdays. I do.
Okay. I thought you had like maids and stuff for that.
Oh, yeah. But I like to clean my own floors, because, it's a woman's role.
It's a woman's role.
Yeah, we should be in the kitchen, cleaning and, washing the floors, making sandwiches for our man.
What? I thought you were like a huge feminist. Sweetie, is this surprising to you?
Yeah, it's totally surprising. Who's that?
Oh, that's Natasha, my sweetheart.
Well, hi, Natasha. Hi, Megan. How are you? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm just, being in the kitchen.
All right, what happened? Did they brainwash you over there in England?
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. Darling, never mind. What's he talking about, Harry? Darling, just go make me a sandwich. Okay. Nanaboozhoo, I'd appreciate it if you didn't upset my wife.
What did you do to her? She used to be like this strong, brave, feminist lady, complaining about racism and that. Now she sounds like a traditional kind of, barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen lady.
Well, I had a stern talking to her and then, had her undergo MK Ultra mind control. What?
You mind controlled your wife?
Well, she was a bit much. You have to admit that, Nanaboozhoo. She was a bit much.
Okay. Listen, man, I gotta go.
How does one say goodbye in Ojibwe? Chop,
chap. We don't say goodbye. We say, I will see you again. Gigawabamin, minawa.
Ukigawabamin minawa nanaboozhoo.
Yeah, you too, Harry. Wow. Wow, that was weird. I think they mind controlled Meghan Merkel. Yeah, she wasn't acting like her usual self. Oh, I hope she's okay. Me too. You know, nobody cares more about Meghan Merkel than you and me. We're her best friends. Exactly. And I don't trust those, I'm not going to say all English people. You're not going to say all white people? No, I'm not going to say all Europeans. But most. And all it takes is most. No. I heard that on South Park. Cartman was talking about terrorists, and Kyle or somebody goes, not all Middle Easterners are terrorists, or Muslims are terrorists. And Cartman's like, no, only most of them, and all it takes is most of them. No, that's racist. That's something. Hey, Sir Fev is back, sweetie. Well, BOOZHOO, Sir Fev. Wentworth turns on his radio, which begins to play. P.S. After several attempts, he is unable to turn off the radio or escape his car due to all the handles breaks off. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know either. And Cold Dead Hands. BOOZHOO, Cold Dead Hands. How are you, sir? It is nice to see you today. We were just sitting around having some coffee, talking about, important world events and historical whatever. So that's what I think Ojibwe means. I don't think it means puckered toe people. I don't think it means people of the spirit moving or whatever. I think it means they, them, before. We're known as the people of before. Before the Great Reset. Yep. Before the mud flood. I don't know. Who knows? History is such a mystery. But hey, you know what I think I should do, sweetie? What's that? I want to go out to the Paul Bunyan and Babe statue. Speaking of GICHI-MOOKOMAAN, the great knives, I'm going to go out there and give a little history lesson to the children. Not the adults here. They already know. I liked what you said yesterday. What's that? About not talking down, giving advice to elders. Yeah. I realize that there's a lot of people who watch our show who are older than me. And I never want to sound like I'm talking down to you, like teaching you. Oh. But so if you're a little kid, you're a little guy, I don't mind it. So this is a history lesson on the colonization of Minnesota. Not the deforestation. When GICHI-MOOKOMAAN came to town. The first relationships that we had were with not even Frenchmen. That was more Canada. And, out by Doc's people, Res Métis, the Turtle Mountaineers. Ojibways around here, we knew the Finlanders and the Norwegians and Scandinavian lumberjacks and French. I guess they're French guys. But so, sweetie, could you teleport me out there? Yeah, sure. Hang on. Let me get your coordinates. All right. Okay. And that's 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. Nah. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Bunyan and his Blue Ox Babe. Paul Bunyan is probably the thing Bemidji is best known for. If you ever see a movie about people taking a road trip and going through ridiculous small towns and how quaint and silly northern Minnesota people are, you're going to see a picture of this guy. But as the story goes, the GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. Back in the days of the grandfathers, giants roamed the earth. It wasn't just Paul Bunyan. There's Kalijah across the street. You know, you've seen him. He's the shirtless Indian guy doing the Heil Hitler. You know, he was a giant too. And there's Bigfoot. He was smaller than these guys, but still what we would consider a giant. Big, hairy, humanoid. There were giant oxen. And the trees used to be giant. That Devil's Tower, that's just a tree stump. That's a petrified tree stump. Don't let your teachers tell you, oh no, that's a mountain. No. Back in the forgotten times, giants walked the earth. Even the Bible talks about Misabe, giant. They called him Goliath. And they kind of led us to believe there was just one giant. Oh, really? Where did Goliath come from? Or was Goliath one of millions of giants? Were non-giant people actually the minority? Are we the descendants of the little people? Are we the elves? And this was normal size. You know? Were the Jews the only non-giants walking the earth? And they just never mentioned it in the Bible. But, you know, I've heard rumors that Noah was a giant. Maybe everybody was giant. Who knows? But the Anishinaabe were not giants. We were like we are today. And back in the days of the grandfathers, there was a night, a wintry night, where a giant came upon the Anishinaabe of this place, the place we call Bemidji-Gamug, Lake of the Crossing Waters. Bemidji-Gamug. And out from the trees comes this lumbering, I don't know how tall he is, 50 foot tall. Boom, boom, boom. And he goes, fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of the Anishinaabe. And we were like, oh, wow, look. It's a big old GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. Look at that knife of his. And it wasn't even a sword. It was just his jackknife. But we thought it was a great knife. We were like, take it easy, Paul Bunyan. You have a great knife. We will call you GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. But you don't need to eat our flesh or drink our blood or whatever. Why don't you have some wild rice? There's tons of it in the lake. We've made more than enough. We can feed even you, you big old giant. And your ox, who was blue because it was so cold. And they started to eat our rice. And then, out of nowhere, Medusa, the Greek Roman goddess of snake hair, came out and she was like, boo! And it froze Paul Bunyan into the statue. And his beloved blue ox, Babe, he called him Babe. That wasn't really his name. It was more like his term of endearment. He was like, hey, babe, you want some rice, babe? I love you, babe. Nobody wanted to call him out on what was clearly an inappropriate relationship. But he loved his ox. And then Medusa was like, "You're frozen into this." And then she, went away. Years later, Bemidji would grow around these statues. People would come from far and wide to see the frozen giant and his longtime companion, Babe. I mean, why you would name your oxen at all. But, to learn more about Paul Bunyan and Babe, read your Bible. No, I don't know. Boop, boop, boop. BOOZHOO! Hi, sweetie. Hi, Nanabooozhoo. You want to come home? Yep. I'm all done telling the Dubwaywen the truth about Paul Bunyan and Babe. Oh, good for you. All right, hang on. I'm going to lock in on your coordinates, and then I'm going to teleport you home. All right. Make it so, number one. Okay. Well, hi, sweetie. Hi, baby doll. How is it outside? Very nice. It's a perfect autumn day. It's a Mikowadazi Dagwagan Gijaguk. It's a beautiful autumn day. You should go out into the beautiful autumn and say a prayer. Yeah, okay. Do you want to play a song and I'll get up there? Yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, up next, the lovely and the talented Natasha. But first, the less lovely and less talented Michael Lyons. Hey. And the lovely and talented Emily sang a song called Will I Ever See You Again? Miigwech ga bizandawieg. Thank you for listening.
1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go.
And you drank it in. I remember your ways, and you and me in a sad embrace. But I remember a place where you pulled me close and you kissed my face. Will I ever see you again? No, I sacrifice my sacred cow. That was then, this is now. If life's a stage, then take a bow. Will I ever see you again? Oh, I don't think I'll ever see you again. Will I ever see you again? Oh, I don't think I'll ever see you again.
BOOZHOO! Natasha Nindishanakaz. Natasha is my name. Anin, Ayan. How are you? Oh, it's just pretty out here. BOOZHOO! BOOZHOO Beneshiag. Hello, birds. I better put out some tobacco before I go any further. Gotta ask for help from the Creator. GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. Otapanan Niwi Asema. Great Spirit, accept my tobacco. Mikwech kaiji kakina keku. Kaiji chikean nungum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Mikwech kaiji pamadazian. Thank you for my life. Takawi tukawishin. Ando minaway nungum. Help me to speak well today. Mikwech bizadawi. Thank you for listening. Apeke. Amen. Okay. So what can I say? GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. Great knife. You know, Indian people are always talking about the medicine wheel. It's got 4 colors. White, black, red, and yellow. And old timers would be like, well, those for the 4 races, obviously. Black, yellow, that would be the Asian people, obviously. White, you know, for Europeans. And red, for the red man, you know, like us. I thought that was racist. Yeah, you are a racist. You're an Indian racist. You want to live the traditional way.
You want to live in the Indian. You're into Indian race. You're into your race. Okay. Why does it sound like such an ugly word? What do you mean you don't want to assimilate? You're racist? What are you, anti-long knife? What, you too good for boarding school? Oh, excuse me. Get with the program, traditional Indian racists. BOOZHOO, GICHI-MOO. Hello, squirrel. That's the name of a book Michael illustrated. BOOZHOO, GICHI-MOO. BOOZHOO, GICHI-MOO is a story of a little squirrel and a GICHI-MOO. But this isn't it. This is a different book. Little Cutie. I haven't talked about Little Cutie in a while. Little Cutie is about a teddy bear. Goes on a vision quest. It's a teddy bear's vision quest. And you might be asking, well, what's a vision quest? Vision quest. There's no one definition of a vision quest. It's kind of like some cultures have different ceremonies to go out fast. You don't eat or drink any water. You just pray, smoke a pipe, and wait for something magical to happen. Oh, I'm going to have a vision. And then what? But with a vision quest, everyone does it. Vision quest also means looking for clarity. Open your eyes to the truth. You know. And for little Cutie, he was out looking. He didn't know where he belonged, who he was. He didn't know what he was. And it's kind of a cool story in a weird way, like in a, not a weird way, but like in a, what do they call that? Like it's like a hero's journey. Archetypal or something. There's a call to action. In great stories, something happens that makes the hero of the story have to go out and do something. And in the course of that, they battle stuff. But then the hero's journey comes full circle. He comes home again. Well, little Cutie, he's a teddy bear to this girl named Aubrey. And Aubrey's like, I don't know, 9. Aubrey's at that age where you're still a little kid, but you're starting to get into non-teddy bear stuff. You know, you might be playing with Barbies by this point, or G.I. Joes, or whatever. Little Cutie, or, you know, that age where girls start listening to music, and maybe she's drawing more. But he's kind of noticing that she's not paying much attention to him. And then little Cutie hears one of the adults say, "Isn't Aubrey getting a little old for stuffed animals?" And so he thinks, oh no, I'm going to have to move out. And he leaves the house, and right away a GICHI-MOO, the squirrel doesn't like humans. He's like, yeah, it's time to go, little Cutie. I never understood how you could live with them humans in the first place. I don't let them within 20 feet of me, said a GICHI-MOO, the squirrel. But he tells him he should go out and live with the real bears in the old res dump. And so off he goes. But as he's like off in the woods, all these other animals come up and give him advice. They're like, no, you should go on a vision quest. And he's like, what's a vision quest? I don't know, go ask the eagle. And the eagle goes, I don't know. What? The eagle finally flies him to the great spirit himself, GICHI-MOOKOMAAN. And he tells me, I don't know where I belong. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I am. And let's face it, what kind of a silly name is Little Cutie? I mean, come on, really. And GICHI-MOOKOMAAN is like, do you know how you got that name? Little Cutie goes, I don't know, I've had it my whole life. Goes, I gave you that name because that's how I saw you. Little and cute. But don't mistake what you think are your shortcomings for what is your great power. And he goes, haven't you noticed how none of those other animals seem to like each other? Because this is the other thing. All the animals in the woods, they go, oh, you were talking to Wagosh, the fox? He's an idiot. He doesn't know anything. You got to go talk to so-and-so. Oh, then they go talk to that person. Oh, he's an idiot. And he goes, yeah. Haven't you noticed, like, the squirrel hates humans, the chicken hates the fox, everybody disrespects the skunk, nobody has respect for the eagle, stuff like that. And he goes, but you're the one animal everybody loves. Nobody's got a problem with you. And he goes, in fact, the one animal that everybody is afraid of and really dislikes has welcomed you right into their home. The human beings. Because you know why? He's like, why? Because you're little and cute. They're not afraid of you. They think you're little and they think you're cute. But because of that, everybody is like rooting for you. And then he goes, well, what about Aubrey? He goes, listen, little cutie. Little girls are going to have lots of interests, and she's going to grow up. And she's going to have adventures out in the world without you, just like you have today without her. But lots of people keep their stuffed animals for a lifetime. And everybody comes home sooner or later. So then he goes, then they hear off in the distance Aubrey going, little cutie, where are you? And GICHI-MOOKOMAAN with he's got a bunch of friends there. There's like an alien and some people listening to him play guitar. And he goes, come on, guys, let's get out of here. And then it says, and with the strum of a single magical power chord, boom, everybody disappeared except for little cutie. And she scoops him up and she's like, oh, I thought I lost you. How'd you get out of here? And it's just a sweet story. If you'd like to support the show, you can order this book by Michael Lyons at Amazon.com. Michael's got books for sale, comics and coloring books. And we also have a PayPal, Patreon, and GoFundMe. Links are in the description. But, yeah. That's the truth. The way win. Yesterday we had kind of a nice talk about gratitude. I think our show was called something like, it's Friday morning and we're grateful. And for some reason I found myself just talking about my struggles with depression and anxiety. And one of the cool things about this show is that nobody blinks an eye. Everyone's like, oh yeah, yeah, me too, right here, sister. I've never had anybody go, I found that people are ready to hear it, ready to talk about it, ready to share and kind of go, yeah, you know what? A lot of us are sort of freaking out. Welcome to the club. For a lot of us, life is occasionally a roller coaster. And some of us are learning how to cope, how to overcome, transcend. And so it's been pretty cool, sharing that stuff and giving advice. But what I noticed about it yesterday was that talking about it was sort of inspired. I kind of felt like GICHI-MOOKOMAAN was sort of, yeah, Why don't you talk about this? And that's kind of what all creative people secretly know. Is that when you're inspired, there's a thing that kind of drives you to go do something. Make you feel like writing a song. Or make you feel like painting a picture. It doesn't come from inside of us. It sort of comes through us. The spirits. Or maybe the Great Spirit. Or the Muse. Whatever you call it. There's something that inspires people. And the longer we do the show, the more I notice, some magical stuff happens here where we're not careful. I don't know. Computer. Boop, boop, boop. And outdoor simulation. Boop, boop, boop. Like this place. How lucky are we that we ended up renting the one place in Bemidji that has a holodeck. I didn't even know we had a holodeck till after we moved in. I was like, oh, where does this door go? Well, it goes in here. Computer, boop, boop, boop. Please call NANABOOZHOO. Boop, 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 boop.
Bonjour.
Hi, sweetie.
Oh, hi. You ready to come back?
Yeah, can you teleport me back?
You got it. Hang on, I'm going to scan for your coordinates.
I'm in the holodeck, silly.
Well, I know, but I still got to scan for you.
Oh, okay.
All right, don't move.
I won't.
1 to teleport.
Make it so. Number 1. Nah. Tonight, I want to give it all to you. In the darkness, there's so much I want to do. Man, those lyrics are dirtier than I remembered.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm sorry, you guys. I thought I was singing a harmless Kiss tune. But that's a pretty grown-up theme. I was made for loving you, baby.
You were made for loving me.
I can't get enough of you, baby.
Can you get enough of me?
Oh, whoa. I can't get enough. Anyway, what else we got going on here, sweetie?
Do you want to take a call?
Well, I'd love to take a call. What line?
On line 2.
Line 2, eh? Hello, caller. Welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air.
Hello, love. It's me, David Bowie.
Wow, David Bowie. Well, hi, sweetie. It's David Bowie.
From heaven?
Are you calling from heaven?
That's right. I passed away a number of years ago, as you know. So from time to time, when I'm not playing music here in heaven, I watch your show, and I wanted to call in and tell you just how very much I appreciate learning the Ojibwe words of the day.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, let me tell you how much I appreciate the decades of music and inspiration and cool stuff that you did. It enriched our lives.
Oh, thank you very much, dear. What was the Ojibwe word of the day?
Well, we were talking about Europeans, actually. And coincidentally enough, we had the Harry and... Oh, actually, she's not white, though. She's black, huh?
What, Megan?
Yeah.
Megan's a half-breed.
She's a half-breed? Is she mulatto?
I think that's racist.
Why is mulatto racist?
I don't know. I think it's like saying retarded, where nobody's really offended by it, but you're just not supposed to say it.
But yeah, she's not really a white person. We were talking about white people.
Oh, how does one say European or English in Ojibwe?
Well, I'm not sure I'd say English. I think we'd call them GICHI-MOOKOMAAN like anybody. So our word would be GICHI-MOOKOMAAN.
GICHI-MOOKOMAAN, the great knife, as it were.
Yeah, great knife. Because we were admired the swords or whatever. But we could also call a white person a Ojibwe Ojibwe.
Ojibwe. And that's because what's the Ojibwe word for white?
Well, white is like, what is it?
What is it? Wabishki.
Wabishki. But when you say white person, you say Ojibwe Wade.
Ojibwe Wade. Oh, I see. Very, very interesting indeed.
Yeah, I thought so. So you're still singing, making songs and stuff in heaven?
Yes. And in fact, I'm planning on releasing an album from heaven.
Oh, really? You can release it down here?
Yeah, I was thinking. I don't quite know how to cross over back into the material world, as it were.
Oh, the material world? Are you just a spirit living in the material world?
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that song.
You know, it's from the Police. We are spirits in a material world. Our spirits.
No, I'm afraid I'm not familiar.
Okay. Anyway, hey, I just realized we ran out of time.
Oh, dear me. How does one say goodbye in Ojibwe?
Well, we don't say goodbye, David. We say, I will see you again. Gigawaba min, minawa.
Well, gigawaba min, minawa, Natasha.
You too, David.
Hey, gigawaba min, minawa, David Bowie. You too, NanaBOOZHOO, and keep up your good work. I do enjoy your show so very much. Hey, thanks a lot, man.
Wow. David Bowie. From beyond the grave. We get a lot of people calling from heaven, huh?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people who've died.
I know, huh? The other day, Michael Jackson and Queen Elizabeth called.
Yep. We've had Hitler.
Is Hitler dead?
Yeah, I think so. So he must be from heaven.
Yeah, because he's in heaven. Anyway, all right. Well, hey, let's send them out with another song by Michael Lyons, the rock star cartoonist. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Lyons, rockstar cartoonist and creator of the show.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Over here we have NanaBOOZHOO, the host with the most. NanaBOOZHOO, star of the show.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
My name is Natasha. Miigwech gana wabi egg. Thank you for watching BOOZHOO NanaBOOZHOO by Michael Lyons, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. And here's a song.
I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. Now you're my one, and you're my only regret. I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. And I lost my job just the other day, and like everybody else, well, I've got a mountain of bills that need to be paid. Then I lost my way, now I don't know which way to go. But the wind may blow and the grass may grow, for all we know it just might snow. And what'll I do when we become, when the day is over and the night's begun? What'll I do about me and you? I told you before, we aren't so through. But I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. And I'm so sorry, I never treat you like that again. I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. I used to sit up at night just so I could watch you. I wrote on my bedroom wall, Michael loves Natasha. But I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said. But I'm so sorry, I'd never treat you like that again. I never meant one word, I never meant one word, I never meant one word I said.
Wow, that's a sad song.